Okay, so we have 3 lovely ladies, and I'm gonna get them to just walk up and down and warm up in their heels, because it's very different to obviously walking in your trainers or sneakers, wherever you call it around the world. But we always need to warm up, get your shoes worn in. I also suggest, before you do a show, buy your shoes in advance. I mean, in as advance as you can, and actually wear them. Don't save them like it's a present at Christmas and then be like, oh, I'm gonna open it up and wear it on the day. And then you're like, why am I tripping over? Because you haven't worn your shoes in. So that is one of my biggest tips when it comes to posing, is walk as much as you can in those heels. Make your walk so it free flows, yeah? So don't think, oh my gosh, I'm in heels and I need to walk. Yeah, walk casually. That's when your hands will swing the best, you know, and that's when you're able to place your feet the best as well, instead of thinking about, I need to cross my feet, I need to do this, I need to do that. No one ever said you had to do these things. So, especially when it comes to an individual pose, it's individual, it's to showcase your best assets in terms of muscularity and your category, okay? So there actually isn't any rules, but obviously there is poses that you would do because it shows your category the best. Does that make sense? Yeah. Hopefully it does. So that is how you need to think about it, yeah? You're going to give a presentation, you only have 30 seconds to do it. So you don't want to look scared walking in, because by then they've already made a decision. Yeah? And have fun with it, okay? So I want you to walk again, but I want to see you walk like you mean it, yeah? Head up, relax your face, yeah? Okay.
Welcome.
You go.
welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to run through IFBB posing. We have many categories here, my lovely volunteers and our students for today.
Yes.
So first and foremost, we're going to run through each and every one of you guys. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're up to, what's going on show-wise, and then also a bit about your journey as well, because I think posing is one thing, but there's loads that come into that one. So yeah, just talk about what your shows and how it was and what you're up to.
Well, my name is Andrea Antonio and I'm going to be entering the fitness division. My background for the past year has been calisthenics and I've won 2 competitions already. Yay! Yeah, they were rep-based, so very like all the pull-ups, dips, jumping, squats mostly. And now I've set myself a new challenge of entering the fitness division, which is completely different, something I've not really done before, but I want to push myself to the next level and see what my body can accomplish. Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Off you go.
Hi, my name's Layla. I work in corporate and decided to just step on stage. My dream was to step on stage and I thought, I'll just do it the once. Did it the once and now I'm hooked. Love it. And I'm just enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to do another couple of shows this year and just see where this journey takes me. And it's just been amazing so far.
Yay.
Thanks.
I got it. Alright, and over to you.
Very plain basic, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, hi, my name is Agnes. My fitness journey started more than a year ago when I wanted to change my life. And I lost 7 stones, changed all my life, as I said, and I just enjoy it and I will try myself in a transformation category this year, hopefully. Thank you.
Amazing. 7 stone.
I mean, that is amazing. Wow. She's so proud of yourself, seriously. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go through each and every criteria and on the actual poses.
Yes.
Individually. Okay? So I was thinking we could bring in Layla.
Yes.
And we can start with the IFBB posing styling, and then go from there.
Yes.
Yeah?
So we're going to go through your one first. Do you
Yeah.
want to demonstrate I think it'll be good to demonstrate a routine.
Yeah.
Because Layla has already been on stage, as she mentioned. So it will give others a chance to have a look and to see how you can progress from obviously being on stage to then progressing in another competition and improving. So here we go.
A lovely demonstration there, but what I'm actually going to do for you right now is
Yes.
I'm going to get Layla to hit every pose.
Yes.
And I'm going to go through what you should not do and what you should do.
Yes.
As you can see, this is Layla's routine. It's carefully thought out.
Yes.
But I think what we're going to do is I'm actually going to get you to things that I see people doing.
Yes.
And then correcting you to
Yes.
do that. And then you can lead the way
Yes,
in
yeah.
anything that you think that you want me to
Yes.
include.
So I was just having a look at your routine, and I think you just need to hold the poses and just be a little bit more dramatic with it. It's quite shy the way you're doing the posing. Yeah. As it is, the judges are quite far away and you want to stand out. So you want to exaggerate the poses. You might seem ridiculous, but to be fair, the more ridiculous you feel, is probably going to look good. So,
And the more sass.
And the more
Yeah.
sass, yes, that you have. But the whole routine is really nice. I think it just needs to be exaggerated, a bit ramped up. The sass needs to go in there and just be a diva.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And also don't be afraid to hold it a bit
Yeah.
as well
Okay.
when you're in that shot.
Yeah.
Yeah? So let's just go through the first shot that we've got, the pose shot. So do the
Yes.
front facing, we'll do that
Yes.
one. Front side facing. All right, okay guys, so a lot of things happen here, the do's and the don'ts.
Yes.
Now, as you can see, Layla has got, with her frame, she has her knees slightly bent and not too straight. Now, sometimes on stage, I'm seeing a lot of bikini girls bend
Their
their
knee.
front knee.
Yeah.
Now, when you do that, you get to lose some of the shape. So have it slightly bent, but not too much. That's top tip number one. Top tip number two, I see bikini girls having their arms too far out.
Yes.
Like they're flying. We're not flying, ladies.
Yeah,
we're
no,
not
we're not
flying.
flying, yeah.
So what we're gonna do is bring it down nice and softly
Yeah.
and make sure it's in line with the glutes, okay? Now, as you can see here, Layla's side lat
Relax.
is slightly flatter, but not too much. We don't want to
Yeah.
overcompensate this area because you'll look too squared off.
Yes.
So it's just slightly out, but it's not too much, okay? Now, as you can see, you've got the hips facing sideways, but you've actually got the chest facing frontways.
Yeah.
So what she's doing here is she's actually moving her thoracic spine and causing a rotation. So therefore, she's facing the judges with the chest, but with her hips, she's on her side. I'm seeing far too many people on stage actually rotate too far out and they lose their glutes. So I would recommend you practice your thoracic rotations through the spine to rotate the top rather than losing your shape here, the glutes, and you could get marked down.
Yeah, and you can ask us, or if you have a coach, to give you some exercises to help with your rotation, and also with various movements. So it is part of this, and as much as we take stretching for granted, and sometimes we don't do it, it is very important for A, posing, and B, your form when you actually lift the weights.
Absolutely. And also another tip, I would want you to just have your hand just in the small part of your waist so it's not too high and it's not too low. So think about the smallest part of your waist for your thumbs and your knuckles, and the thumbs go behind your back and the knuckles just in line with the waist here. So you're not going too far back or too far in front, losing the shape as well, especially your core has to be nice and tight.
Yes, so pull up through the chest.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, I've also had a few comments on, let's say you've had kids, and you know, some of us women get, you know, stretch marks here, or we have something that, you know, doesn't sit right. We can get some sort of wrinkles there, loose skin, loose elasticity. You can then, in that case, maneuver the hand to keep that bit in, if that makes sense. But at that point, if you don't have anything, the hand over here is best. But then when you start doing the posing, you can maneuver it slightly.
Yeah.
But we just don't want it to be behind, or you don't want it to be too forward.
Yeah.
We want it to showcase you in the best light.
Yes, absolutely. So we've critiqued what you do not do, and then also put Layla in position that you do do. So now we're going to go to the next pose. So if you can go into your glute shot, that would be fantastic. So a nice transition here, and we're here. So with our glute shot, this sometimes can show well on stage, or sometimes we can go a bit off with our glute shot. Sometimes what happens is our toes and our heels are not upright, and our toes could be further out, creating you to again rotate and lose your glutes. Okay? So one top tip I would suggest that you guys do is make sure you hold a T or even an L with your feet stance. So you're always gonna make sure if you've got that L, you're on your heel, your toes are actually right on the floor, pushing through, and then you're able to then put your hips deep into the glutes for you to then push out your glutes, okay? So we like to sit into the glute rather than keeping it flat and not having that hip sit, okay?
Okay.
Do you want to add anything?
I would say you would want to sink more into your hips. So you pretend you're pushing your glute out that way and your hip that, But you want to be upright as well.
Upright,
there you go, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you can show the detail here, you can show it through
the L.
the hamstring, you got,
the
you know,
T.
you've got your abductors on show as well because of the angle. And it also serves your curves, which is what the bikini category is about.
Yeah.
Okay, next pose. Next pose.
Okay, so now we've got the back pose, aka the rear pose.
Yeah.
So first things first, what we want to do is we don't want to show too much quads. We want to make sure we don't want to make sure you're quad dominant in a bikini rear pose.
Yeah.
So what I would suggest is playing around with your toe and your foot placements to make sure not too much quads are coming out. So what I actually suggest to my athletes that come in and see me is they'll picture yourself standing on a clock. So your feet at 11 and 1.
Yeah.
And the toes, depending on whether you're quad dominant or not, will determine how far out you have your toes or how far in you have your toes. Okay? Add anything?
Good. Also, when it comes to bikini, you want to make sure your knees are not too bent from the back.
Yeah.
In fact, I think Layla can strain them out a little bit more because it will show a little bit more of our hamstrings and glutes.
Yeah.
And this depends obviously again on your body and its structure.
Yeah, and where you're at as well.
And where you're at. So also when it comes to posing, you might think, oh, I'm gonna pose and do my 5 sessions and then that's it and I'm gonna go away.
Yeah.
But your body will be changing constantly and your poses can change too. So it's good to obviously have the foundations, but you might fall short if you don't carry on posing and something could have been changed because your body changed. So I always suggest posing stays constant.
Yes, consistently throughout your prep and obviously in your off season as well. Yeah, absolutely. As you can see here, Layla's arching her back. she's picking up her chest, and then she's showing a diamond shape with her
let you go
elbows.
next.
So at times I see
then,
not so much
Andrea will
of elbows
go
out,
after you.
so you can see
So
it
you'll
looks
go
quite
next.
flat. So as soon as she has the elbows out slightly, you can see the rear delts pick up, and then when she has her
So
chest
Agnes will
upright,
go next.
you're able to
And
see
then you'll go
her
next. So I was
structure
gonna say,
and her rear
walk
pose
down,
a lot more
practice
better.
your posing.
Okay,
and
did
just
you want
down
to
stiff.
go
Yeah.
again? Do another transition.
We'll do all of that.
That's it. So there, right now, we're back at the glute shop. So
But yeah, you
again,
can
we want to
walk up
make
and
sure
down as
the
well.
actual feet and the
While you're
toes
waiting.
are side facing. Heel is upright. Back knees always bend. And as Shelley said, you want to sit into that hip and making sure that you're still upright and you're not losing your posing stance. And leaning too far forward, because you see that as well. Sorry, Layla. When you lean too far forward on stage, as you can see, the judges don't want to see
No.
the inside
No.
or the crack that you have.
Yes.
You want to make sure your chest is upright.
Yeah.
And you're currently sitting in that hip, making sure you got your glute on show.
Yeah. Great, well done.
Great.
So that's your posing. Yes. Now, with the corrections, you want to show quickly your posing.
One, two, excellent. One,
Yep.
that's it. One, two, and set.
Make it
That's it. And then one, two, and then back round to the front. That's it.
Ooh, love it. That was much better. That was sassy.
That was sassy.
Yes.
And you sat in the poses a
Yeah.
lot longer than you did.
Butt pose is sitting it.
Sitting a lot more.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, well
Yeah.
done.
How'd you find that?
Really, really good. Yeah, I think some of the tips were fitting into the pose.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
push that out. to
Yes.
the side.
Yes.
And like just remember to keep upright all the time.
Yes. And the core nice and
Also
tight.
nice and tight, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so well done.
Thank you, my darling.
Right, so Agnes is new to posing. So this session is going to focus on just getting her into some simple poses
Yeah.
and quarter turns. So we can go through the foundation of actually turning and posing. So turning and posing, no matter what category, is pretty much the same. The only difference will be is obviously the positions of the poses. But once you have the foundation of turning and walking together, the rest should come pretty easy. So we're going to go through that with you. And then we're going to teach Agnes one or two poses as well that she can take away. Okay?
That's actually quite crucial.
Yeah.
In our sessions as well, you do get homework.
Yes.
And that's so important.
Yes.
Like you would check in with your coach on a plan, tell them how it's going, record your flipping weights. Same thing here. You will get homework.
Yes.
And you'll have to make sure when you come back and see us, we're seeing some changes.
Yeah.
Throughout the week, you will be messaging and doing check-in videos and pictures so we can critique it
Yeah.
and then send back to you what else you need to work on.
Yeah.
So,
Because
yeah,
if you don't do homework, you don't practice, you're not going to get any better. You'll forget probably what we've said. You know, we all
Yeah.
do that. I've walked home and be like, what did she say?
Yeah, what went on?
Yeah, what even went on? Like, we all do it. We're human, so it's going to happen. But you need to repeat, so it goes into your head. It's the same as weights. I know this is posing, but you know, when someone comes to me, maybe I'm going on a rant, but hey. When someone comes to me,
We
wants
love
to
rants.
change their program so much, like every week they're like, I want to change the, you know, what exercise I do. I'm like, but how are you going to get used to that exercise to maximize your muscle growth? How are you even going to get the form right? How are you even going to get the amount of reps you need in order to grow the muscle? So you have to repeat things in order to perfect it, and then you can progress onto it. And it's the same with posing.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to start with quarter turns. So I think if I face this way, and then you can follow me. Maybe if I go stagnant like this. Right. So, have you got a pose that you like, first of all? Have you done any posing whatsoever? No? Okay. Should we start with a
So what we could do is, if you
power
get in
pose.
the pose,
Yes.
then I can fidget and move her body.
Yes, excellent.
So that's
Yeah.
a good thing about face to face.
Yes.
Where then people that come in to see us, I can actually move the body and you can start feeling your
Yes.
muscles and contract where you need to.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Right. So I thought we'll come out with feet in a T shape.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to put our hands on our hips.
When you're doing, you're gonna flare the scapula out and then do a lat
Yes.
spread. So you're gonna flare it out by your sides,
Yeah.
not in.
So
wanna
you're going to
bring-
cup your hands in. There you go.
Yeah.
And in.
But you need to flare the lats a little.
She can't.
Okay.
She's new.
Alright.
Good.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. And then get your foot closer to your body.
Slightly, yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, and then bring your elbows forward. There you go. Good. Yeah? How does that feel?
Does it feel powerful?
Yeah, I think it looks good. Okay, and relax. Right, do you think you can get into that on your own? Okay. Give it a go. Good. Yes.
That's it.
And then bring your shoulders forward. Really press your thumb at the back. That's it. Push. There.
That's it.
Do you see that?
That's it.
Well done. Yep. Now, relax. Okay, so now we're going to go through a transition to the sides. So we're in this pose.
That's it.
Okay, so we're here. So what you're going to do is you're going to step forward with the back leg, and then you're going to drop the hands down. So just do that
the
first
foot,
bit.
This foot here. That's it. Forward.
Yes, good.
That's it.
Now, when you're doing a forward step, you always try and stay on the ball of your foot. It might feel uncomfortable,
Bring the heel up
but you need to stay on the ball of your foot.
and bring your heel up.
So bring your heel up. Yes.
That's it.
And your leg at the front is slightly bent. Yeah?
That's
the
it.
degree is bent depends on if you're stable or not, because you don't want to trip over.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So we're here. And then you're going to take your hands on this side. You're going to pretend to throw something over. And you're going to swap and then bend the other leg. That's it. That's a transition. Yep.
That's it.
Good. Okay. So we can try that again. So
That's
we are
it.
in our pose. Yep. Yep. Good.
That's it.
Throw it
And then
over.
Throw over.
And bend that leg.
That's it.
Good. And then keep
Yeah.
that hand close to there, like that. Yep. Nice. Okay. Then from there, you can do another pose. Yeah. So we can keep things simple. So put your feet there. Good. That's it. Now, the judges are over here. So if you want to do another pose and show off your quads, once you get into this pose, you can then swap legs and then go into your pose again. Yep. So we're going to do another side lat pose, but this time we're going to accentuate your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, as well as show your shoulders, chest, and abdomen area. Yep. Okay. So follow me. So we're here. Okay. Swap over. Now, you do the same thing as before. So do your lat spread forwards. Good. Bring your shoulders forward. Yep. Bring your elbows forward. Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
And then all you're going to do from there is just twist from the hips
Round.
to that way.
That's it.
There you go. Good. Look at that. Yeah. And relax. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel good? Yeah. So, we're going to go from here and
1, 2, out.
do the spread. Good. And you're going to step forward. Good.
That's it. And
Throw
then
something
throw
over. Bend the leg.
That's it.
Good. Then then you swap. Bring the hands up.
Up. And then
Shoulders
hips
forward.
in,
Elbows
and
forward.
then-
That's it.
That's
It's all right.
it, that's
Elbows
it.
forward.
That's it.
So elbows forward. Yes.
That's it,
good.
and then rotate
twist from the hips.
But try not to use your hips too much.
Excellent.
There you go.
There you go.
And the first one.
Well done.
That's it.
Good. So we don't want to bombard you. So what I'm going to do is we're going to walk in together and just do those 2 poses. Yeah?
1, 2, 3. Well done.
Yeah. Inner T.
That's it. That's it, nice and balanced. There you go. Remember, bring it forward. That's it, upright. There you go.
Okay.
That's it. And then come down with your hands.
That's it.
That's it.
And
then
throw over.
Throw over. That's it.
That's it.
And then bring this up to the side.
And
then, up.
then
There
after
you
that,
go.
swap the leg.
That's it.
Hands go
That's
up.
it. And then keep your hips
Elbows
aside.
forward. Good. And turn.
And then turn.
And then do a sassy pose off. Yay! There you go. Well done. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll speak about that. Actually,
Yes, we'll
That's
speak about the
actually good.
painfulness of it. Yeah.
Yes.
But now you know, so it's
Yeah.
a good introduction actually for you.
Yes.
So practice those 2 poses because I think they suit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, what I wanted to say was,
It's your turn.
you mentioned something that was so vital.
Yes.
It was painful.
It was.
So whereabouts did you feel the pain?
I felt in my lower back.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't
Right.
walk like this or stand
Yes.
like this.
Yes.
But and I felt my muscles.
Yes. So guys, if you're not broken after your posing session, you ain't posing properly.
Ain't that the truth?
And I mean it.
It should feel like a workout.
It should. It
Yeah.
should. I get a lot of athletes coming to me either sweating, their palms are full of water, they're shaking, their legs are shaking, their back is mashed, and literally from the arching and
Yeah.
also engagement,
Yes.
like the whole body.
Yeah.
And it's like they've got the DOMs the next day.
Exactly. I would say top tip when it comes to posing, try and hold the poses for as long as possible and
Yeah.
then see if you need to break the pose. So for example, I could hold my lat spread now for about 5 minutes. I worked my way up to that, by the way. I know that's a bit ridiculous, but you just don't know the length of time you're going to be on the stage. And you will regret it if you do not practice to your full capacity. So I would say try and hold your poses as long as possible. And that way, when you get to stage, you don't have any shocks.
Yeah, and also, I want to say thank you. You have
Yes.
never posed before.
I know.
And we get all different levels
Yeah.
coming into us.
Yes.
And I always say to the beginners who haven't even stepped on stage yet, just do your best and
Yeah.
show up every day
Yeah.
and practice your posing. Listen to your coach,
Yeah.
be guided by your coach. Everyone works differently
Yeah.
throughout their seasons. So if you're new and you're a first timer, don't watch what everyone else is doing unless you aspire to them.
Yes.
I would say focus on your own journey and focus on your homework given by your posing coach and do your best.
Yes. I would also say we're not just there for posing in terms of, bodybuilding. We can also pose you for photo shoots.
Yep.
Everyday photos that you would like to take as well. So I have quite a bit of experience doing that myself. I was, and I still am a model. I was full-time, so hence the was. But now obviously I do it in between my bodybuilding career because that's what's happened. It's changed into a career. So, which is great. I can combine the two.
Yeah, and I've done photo shoots and I just love getting in front of the camera.
Exactly.
So for me, it's
She's
a
just
win-win.
a sassy queen.
Yeah. So yeah, Shelley is right. Like whatever you guys need, we're here for you. But thank you.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. Okay, so we have Yes. So Andrea is in the fitness category. And I thought I would explain again. But obviously, if you're new and you don't know what category I'm in or what I do, I thought I would let you know. So I am an IFBB Pro in the fitness category. And the fitness category is the only category that has a under 2 minute or just under 2 minute routine element, which is 70% of our mark, 2/3. And we have our physique element, which is like the figure category. So it's the same rules apply. And they combine those two scores together to determine where we place. Okay, so 30% and then 70% for the routine. Now the way we train is to cover both, because you do need to do well in both in order to be at the top. but it can obviously get a little bit tricky. So we have to make sure we are not only training to look like we are in figure or figure physique, we have to also bear in mind the mandatories that we have in our routine, and also train the skills for that, and also get our conditioning for it. So that's pretty much the fitness category in a nutshell. And it's pretty unique. It can be a challenge, but can also be super rewarding. And you can also, in your routine, you can have fun with it. You can have your own theme. And even though you need to cover mandatories, you can, around your mandatories, do what you like. And that is great. And it's really good for someone who's come from, you know, a background, or even if they haven't come from a background, but they just love performing, it's a great category. So here we are. And we're gonna go through the mandatory poses, which, as I said, is a figure mandatories as well. And we are gonna teach you this for the first time. And then we are gonna go through a little bit of transitions as well. Yeah? Cool. Right, so do you want to follow me?
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Okay. The first pose is a relaxed lat spread, hence the word relaxed. But at first, most people are tense. So we'll get into the pose first and then we will correct it, okay? So I always go from my feet up. Now, on the day, you're gonna do this very quickly and you're not gonna look at your feet. So you're gonna have to feel your feet. So I feel that my heels at the back are together. My legs are straightened. Now, when my legs are straightened, I push my abductors out, or quads, out to the sides, okay? Then from there, you wanna pull up from your belly button and chest out, yeah? And then from there, you're going to activate your lats. Now, to activate your lats, you should go from the shoulders out to the sides. Your hands should actually be relaxed.
That's it, and then just...
Okay? And tummy in.
That's it. Can you feel that?
Yep.
I've just pushed them out for you.
Good. Now, your elbows do not need to be bent as much. So try and relax your arms, but still have your lats activated.
A bit more.
Yeah, so you dropped it.
Yeah, you dropped it.
Yeah, so yeah, keep this tight and relax your arms. I should be able to slap, yes. That's how relaxed you need to be, okay? So it's not about the elbows, it's about just activating your lats. So turn your elbows. So if you turn your elbows out as well, it could help to activate your lats even more, okay? Now, could you squeeze your glutes in a minute? In, yes. You want your pelvis to be under. If your pelvis can't go under naturally, you could try a squeeze of the glutes, but you don't want to do that in the back pose, okay? And then you want to draw up. There you go, okay? So, don't worry, we'll practice relaxing the arms and the elbows. It's too much of a bend. And lower the shoulders. So you want the shoulders to be equal. Posing is tiring, okay? So you want the shoulders to also be equal when you go up. So this can take some practice. I would say practicing in the mirror is great when you're at the beginning and you need to correct yourself. But later on, there is no mirrors on stage. I mean, if you've seen some, let me know. I'm going to that stage. But there is no mirrors, okay? And the mirrors will be the judges and the audience, your mom, your dad, your uncle, your auntie. Just no mirrors, yeah? So I think a good tip will be to video.
Yeah.
Video yourself and then play it back.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh, okay. And then make your adjustments from there. It can be time consuming. Yes, I understand that. And you're probably saying in your head, I ain't got time for that. I've got to go to Tesco, I've got to go to work, I've got to do all these things. And how am I going to have time to do all that? You need to make time because you'll be very disappointed later on. Even if you did 5 minutes a day, it goes a long way.
Yeah, it does.
And it does add up, okay? So think about it being part of your weights program and your nutrition.
Yeah.
So right.
Absolutely.
This is better. Imagine that.
Yeah. And Shirley said a good point. So with all our athletes,
and then feet
I
closer
always
together?
say to every single one of them,
Yes.
think of it
There
like
you
a
go.
checklist. So you start from the bottom up,
And tummy
and
in.
then you're able to include all the points you do
Yeah.
to get into that pose.
Into that pose. Good. And relax. Okay. So we're going to go from here. And so we're going to go from here, from our spread. And we're going to transition. So same thing. You're going to drop a leg, bend the leg in front. Yes.
And then
So from
bring
here,
up your heel.
you're going to take this hand
Just bring your, tap on your toe
Yep.
and have your heel up.
onto your toe.
There.
Good.
That's it.
Yes.
Oh,
the
yes, yep,
cramp,
calf,
yeah,
yep.
That's what happens.
So onto your toe.
Yeah.
And you're going to take
Got the
this
cramp.
hand and throw it over. Good. You got it, girl.
Yeah, that's it.
And then from there, place your feet together.
That's it. Place it in. That's it. Bring that.
Good.
toe- Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
You want your hips to be under. You don't want to push your glutes out. Hips under. Yep. Good. So this is going to be the side pose. Now the side pose can be quite tricky. I start pretty relaxed and I sink my shoulders down. So if you want to sink your shoulders down, good. Yep. You want to draw into your belly button. Chest up. Good. But not shoulders back. You want to be in a straight line up. Pull in. So another top tip is to practice vacuuming. We can go through that in another episode because that'll be too long. And if you have any suggestions for us to go over, we will do that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so from there, you are going to take your far shoulder, which will be this one, and it goes underneath your chin. Okay? Yeah. But you want to rotate so that your shoulders are down. Good. Then your head. Yeah. Well, there you go. So this is where we need to practice the rotation part, as mentioned.
Yeah.
Good, and you got to face that way. So head always face that way, yep.
Okay.
And then shoulder down. Okay? Good.
In my chest or not?
So this is good. And you want to make sure you're drawing up nice and, yeah, and drop this shoulder.
So
Yeah.
Bring the lats out.
So, yeah, bring that lat out. And this shoulder needs to go back. So push this shoulder, yes, but not bring this. So that's the tricky part about this pose.
Yeah.
You want your shoulders to stay in line. You want your lat to be shown on the side. So you need to push this shoulder back. Okay? And you want your tummy to be sucked in. Yeah. Not bad. And then relaxed hands.
Yeah, trying to give it too much.
So yeah, come out the pose. Excellent. Wow, do you think you could do the two together?
Maybe. I've been doing it at home, like where we start with a little flow at here.
Don't worry, you can still do that. Just think about the points that we said.
The checklist.
That's better. Feet slightly more closer together. Yep. Push those quads out. Good.
And just keep it externally rotate the knees a little bit more, so the quads will come out a lot more.
Yes.
So externally rotate the knees.
Your people put their feet outwards because they haven't necessarily got the right quad development, so they want to accentuate their size.
Make sure it's in.
Now, technically, your feet should be as close as possible
Okay.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
You can
externally
have a
rotate
little
the
bit
knees.
if it helps to get the activation. Have it a little bit out, but we don't want it like this.
No.
No.
Maybe like a centimetre.
That's fine. Good. And hips under and draw up. Good. Okay, and we're going to quarter turn. So drop the hands,
Step
over the
toe
top.
Over, step in.
step in,
That's
sink the
it.
shoulders, and rotate. Good. And always face that way. And down. Relax, 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 relax. Good. In. So pull your glutes in so your hips are under. Yeah. Okay, you want your feet to be together. Good. That's it. And then pull this shoulder back. Keep that close. Good. Considering it's your first go,
Yeah.
it's very good. So well done. Yeah. So I will teach you those two poses. Now the next two poses are the back pose. Yep. And you have obviously the other side pose.
Yeah.
Okay. So now those two poses are similar, obviously, to the two poses I taught. And when it comes to posing, I think it's better to learn things step by step rather than trying to take everything in.
Yeah.
So that way, You're not going back to the beginning thinking, what did I even learn? Because it was just too much. And if you're like me, and I know yourself have the same thing, and when I'm overloaded, I just shut down and I don't want to know.
Your head goes blank.
Yes.
It's overwhelmed. It's overwhelming.
And we're not the only ones in the world, I know that, that does this. So you want to do it step by step. You want to take your time. You want to perfect it first and then move on.
Yes.
So that's why you need to leave enough time to do your posing. But I want to say massive thank you. And I hope you learned something today.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
And takeaways.
And takeaways. Well, anything you want to say about this mini posing session?
It's an experience. So how I was posing at home is definitely not how I was posing here. So it's good to get it professional and learn little tricks. So I'm going to go home and literally practice it with my mind. I hope I can come back. Never. But yeah, it was really good. Very insightful.
Oh, you're welcome. Excellent. You're welcome.
You're welcome, my darling.
Okay.
And as we know, it is your first time.
Yes.
So all I recommend, especially when our athletes come in, is rinse and repeating.
Yeah.
Everyone is at a different stage in their competitive career, and the fact that it's your first time, you're here, you're showing up.
Yes.
You know you've got to run through a checklist. We'll provide you that checklist.
1 month, isn't it?
Yes.
And literally all you're going to be doing is back to back. Like you would do like 10 reps on a particular leg press or a hack or a pendulum. The same way you do that, you'll drill it into your posing as well. So I would literally have an athlete in, and even their foot position, I'll do 10 reps. So I'm reprogramming that position to get into because your body's not used to it.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
And because you haven't done it before, it's like, what the hell is going on? Like your muscles are coming alive. As it would when you do mind muscle connection when you're training.
Yeah.
So you bring that mind muscle connection to posing to get into the pose that you need to get into. Does that make sense? So as you would do rep by rep, if that helps you, I would then literally break it all down, have your checklist and do it step by step.
Yes.
So you know, right, this week I'm just gonna do the front pose.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna, once it comes to us like day 3 or day 4, let me introduce the side pose.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean? And then that way you'll pick up a lot more, so when you get into your next session, you can run with doing the rest. And it is also, at some sessions I have, I just teach a freaking lat spread.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like that's how detailed it is.
I have to say, she is very organized.
Yeah, and that's great.
Very. She came to me, I'll tell you this, and I know she's gonna do super well later on. She came to me with notes. Now, if someone comes with me with notes,
yes, they mean business.
They mean business, and I absolutely loved it. So that's another thing. I think we need to get more organized when it comes to, you know, what we are doing. Make it suit your life as well.
Yeah.
Your coach can give you all the tools, all the support, but we are not in your head.
Yeah.
So either you need to tell us so we can help, or you can come with notes.
Yeah.
I love notes.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd let you know that, sorry.
Yeah, so saying that, just keep working on the basics and the fundamentals, and like you would do with anything else, then you'll smash it.
Yes.
For the time being.
Yeah.
For the time being, just the 2 side poses.
Moving forward, I shouldn't even go into my back one or anything.
You can, well, until we go over it, you can try it, but we haven't done a session, then we'll go through it,
So just the sides.
Just the 2 sides for now. You're walking and transitions. You can practice.
Practice, practice, practice. I can't say it enough.
Anyways,
honestly.
well done.
Well done.